Hello everyone, my name is Tojo and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age 2. And today I believe we're going to start off again with checking in with Varric and then following up with the Coterie contact who has might have some information on whoever's been attacking our shipments.
You have got to hear this, Hawk. There's this tale making the rounds. They're saying you single-handedly fought off a pirate invasion at midnight on the sacred ground of the Chantry.
Don't the stories mention my stunning good looks? What about my cunning wit?
Nope. They skip straight to the part about the lovable dwarf with the gorgeous crossbow and the heart of gold. I try to steer them straight, but you know how stories go. Just don't be surprised if people seem in awe.
What compels you to spin these ridiculous tales?
I love the sound of my own voice, and I'm a compulsive liar. Honestly, I don't know. It's just something I do. There's power in stories, though. That's all history is. The best tales, the ones that last. Might as well be mine.
I find it hard to believe you're spreading these stories without getting something in return.
Well, that just shows what you know, Hawk. The stories are their own reward. You really need to see the look on someone's face when I tell them you ripped the arms off an ogre. Just once.
Wouldn't it make more sense for you to be the main character in these tall tales of yours?
There's a recipe to a good hero, Hawk. It's like alchemy. 1 part down to earth, 1 part selfless nobility, 2 parts crazy, and you season liberally with wild falsehoods. You let that percolate through a good audience for a while, and when it's done, you've got your hero.
I guess all works. A little reverence wouldn't hurt, though.
You may not be my best dressed or cleanest friend, Master Hawk, but you're all right in my book. Anyway, I'll quit exaggerating before it goes to your head. This is the best tavern in Kirkwall. It could use some cute dwarven serving girls, but otherwise, it's perfect.
Okay, so he just gets a kick out of this. So let's run to...
I don't mean to sound critical, but have you considered a new line of work?
Such as?
Pretty much anything. I don't think Renegade Mage has a bright future, or any retirement plan.
There's still bloodstains on the floor. Let's meet up with our contact in Darktown, who is now dead.
Don't let them get away!
You Coterie, one of Lily's friends.
Lily was one of ours. She was working for you, and now she's dead. You get 1 chance. Did you kill her?
Lily didn't die by my hand. Someone else did this.
Explain yourself.
Present minor misunderstandings aside, I believe our purposes are the same. One of the scum that attacked my caravans worked for someone in the Coterie named Brecker. Lily said she'd look into it. I think Brecker had her killed.
Brecker, If you're lying, I'll find you. Men, we have to get to the bottom of this. Now.
Okay.
Turn up your purses.
How many people are using this hideaway? Because it just seems to be the one place everyone hangs out. Ow.
You must be Brecker.
And you're that lice-covered refugee.
that seems straightforward enough. I hope the Coterie doesn't mind that we offed one of their people without really consulting them.
I found the thieves responsible for the cargo theft. I put them out of business.
Excellent. With that resolved, the mine's profits will soar. For now, partner, please be sure to visit our workers occasionally. You have a knack for keeping them happy.
Cool. So we've got plenty of time left in this episode. Why don't we run around
cheer
and...
up, Blondie. You're making me cry just looking at you.
Don't.
You made a mistake. It happens.
I almost killed a girl.
You've killed 254 by my last count, plus about 500 men, a few dozen giant spiders, and at least 2 demons.
It's not the same.
Why? Because this one you feel bad about? Maybe that's the problem.
That's a fair point, Anders. So actually, we have some time. Let's run around and let's turn this into a side quest roundup episode. So I will keep recording and I will pop back in if something interesting happening.
So you're taking the captain of the guard to accuse the Grand Cleric of funding zealots?
Don't forget the kidnapped Coterie. That too.
Some days, Hawk.
The Grand Cleric, please. Tell her 3 Coterie leave an estate. And let her finish.
Sarah Hawk.
Sister Patrice.
Mother Patrice. Time has changed us both. Grand Cleric Elfina cannot grant an audience to just anyone. What do you want?
Funny how you and issues with the Coterie seem to go together.
And you always assume their side. I was naive when last we met. I did not want you dead, but I felt a death was necessary. That may be too fine a point for you to understand, but you must admit, you came out the better for it.
A Templar may have misjudged an order and abused the Grand Cleric's authority.
I assure you, the Templars would never embarrass the Chantry, at risk of the Knight Commander's wrath.
Men were hired for the righteous task of kidnapping a Coterie delegate. A pause that says you knew. But does her grace?
The Grand Cleric trusts her stewards to enact the wishes of the Maker.
It sounds like you've been bad. This will shock her grace, no doubt.
Stubborn. All right, Sarah Hawk. If you won't abandon this, let me offer you something. The Templar you seek is a radical who has grown unreliable. Confronting him may do us all a favor.
And his relation to you is?
He is my former bodyguard, Ser Von L. Assume what you wish, but I offer him to you as reconciliation. Meet me at this location. I invite you, Sarah Hawk. Come see the unrest these Coterie have inspired.
Need I say I'm skeptical?
It's her game for the moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a call. This is gonna turn into one of those things where we're gonna pop in to a lynching, essentially, with like a mob of zealots and misguided civilians. And she's gonna pop up in the last minute pointing fingers, being like, oh look, this is the person responsible, blah blah blah. Arrest them. They're a blight upon our city. Heathens and whatnot. Etc, etc. Hey Sebastian, got anything for us?
I think Grandfather is smiling now, seeing me holding his bow.
Yeah, I've got other things to worry about at the moment, but good on you.
Your grandparents would be so proud of you. When I was a girl, the Amels were one of our most prominent families. I'm glad to have one of their line in the estate again. How can I help you?
How long have you been Grand Cleric?
I became a lay sister here when I was only a girl. My parents died of fever, and I was taken in by the Chantry. Eventually, I took my vows. After I had served for some time, The revered mothers agreed that I should travel to Orlais. The Divine herself appointed me Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. That was near 30 years ago.
You knew my grandparents?
I dedicated your mother into the Chantry. She was a beautiful baby. Your grandmother was a very proper lady, but she was beside herself that day. And your mother put a fist in my eye.
What is the Chantry's stance on the Coterie presence here?
Would it help anything for us to get involved? Or is it more likely to light the kindling? If the Coterie act against us, the Templars will defend Kirkwall. Otherwise, we guard ourselves best by waiting.
I think you should see these papers.
Sir Ulrich, where did you get these? He was murdered in the gallows not a few days ago.
He was trying to turn every mage in Kirkwall tranquil.
Sir Ulrich made a suggestion, yes. But we turned him down.
But you don't condemn the practice outright.
The right of tranquility has always been a last resort. It has saved lives, but it is not without its costs. If you'll excuse me. Is there something wrong, child?
Did you know someone used the authority of your name to instigate a crime against the Coterie?
The path to righteousness is never as straight and narrow as we wish. I truly hoped this would not go so far, but do not trouble yourself. I will step in when it's time.
What does that mean? It sounds like she kind of knows what's happening, but also doesn't seem to be caring.
Are you intending to stay neutral about the Coterie and mages forever?
The Maker's time is not men's time. We do not need to rush. The Chantry is not a domineering father with the whip always in hand. She is a gentle mother who knows her children learn best when allowed to learn themselves.
Okay. That could be interpreted as something along the lines of, I'm gonna let them fuck up so that then people will turn to the Chantry later when they come in to save the day kind of thing.
Encourage me. I might be about to confess my undying love.
I get that a lot. So what's on your mind?
I just realized it's been a while since any of the gangs in the Undercity came to my door.
They're busy people. Places to go, throats to cut. Maybe you've slipped their minds.
Right. The apostate running the free clinic in the sewers. Easy to forget. You didn't have anything to do with this?
You must have me confused with someone else. I'm just a businessman and a storyteller.
Uh-huh. Sure. Anyways. Let's keep having a look around. Actually, no, let's go to... I guess this is it. Actually, let me... Oh, fuck, I can't turn back. Okay. I was going to see if maybe I could take that information to someone of higher authority.
Rally. Good choice, Varnell.
Patrice is here somewhere.
Wonderful.
I don't know, maybe having Aveline here will help us if things turn sour.
Like
Oh,
any beast,
yeah, there we are, lynching.
the fangs and it is lost. They are weak before the faithful of the Maker. The only certainty in their precious cune is death before the righteous.
Sir Varnell!
Take a knee, faithful. The Chantry blesses us.
You claim a blessing when you have used the authority of the Grand Cleric so openly? You have brought wrath down upon you. You remember Sirrah Hawk? The Coterie have friends, Templar. How will you answer their allegations?
Yep. This is gonna turn into a pick a side thing. If I save the Coterie, then the mob's gonna turn on me. Assuming that they don't get the chance to actually kill the Coterie, it's us and the Coterie left standing, and then it turns into the story of, you know, Coterie sympathizers, and then I'll have lynchings at my door. Potentially. So... as horrifying as this whole scene is, I don't think I have much of a choice but to let it play out the way it would, and then sort through the ashes, essentially.
Stop showing off and get on with it, Varnell.
No games for Eldon. You've been a puppet for years. I see no reason to start listening to you now.
You think I like being in the middle of this?
Then fall by the wayside. True sons of Kirkwall will do what needs to be done. Righteous! Destroy them!
All right. Time to bring this mess to the Viscount's attention.
Madness! Madness!
That's a word for it.
Chantry involvement. Even if they are fringe elements, oh, it could not be worse.
The Chantry has seen the abuses the Templars get away with. Why would they not think to do the same?
You killed them? All of them?
A mother serving the Grand Cleric allowed this to happen.
Are you quite sure? She held a blade with them? Told them to fight you?
No, I cannot say that.
Of course not. Blasted mother. You have no idea the storm these allegations would cause. It would destroy what support I do have.
This may have scared her off. She claimed this was not her intention.
Well, that is something. I will make my inquiries. Gently. And you should be careful in your associations. For now, we have other problems. We have the delegate, but I can't return the bodies to the Coterie in this state. Sirrah Hawk, you know the Arishok. What should I do?
Yeah, definitely don't hide it, because then he'll just... He seems to respect being, you know, upfront. I mean, this is an attack on him. If we try to hide it from him, then that's just going to be... He'll find out eventually. That will start war, I think.
Hiding this would only make it worse.
It would, wouldn't it? I'm losing my sense of how to balance this nightmare. I appreciate your help in this matter. As bad as this is, it could have been much worse without you. Kirkwall owes you. I owe you.
I was a little skeptical of how that conversation was going when he started, when he brought up, you know, you killed all of them. I thought this was his, attempt at a publicity? Did I say that right? Publicity. I don't know. For some reason, when it came out of my mouth, it felt wrong. I don't know. It felt like it might be a political stunt of, you know, shift the blame to this dude. You know, he's behind everything, blah, 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 blah. But then I guess, looking back on it, it was his right to be skeptical about the information being presented to him, because it very well could have just been, hey, I just went on a murder spree and tried to frame the Coterie and the Chantry. I guess. Jesus. Do we have a follow-up to that? Raiders on the cliff. All that remains. That wasn't there before.
Enchantment! No, Leandra. Leandra.
Shouting won't make him understand you better, you know.
There you are.
Why are you in my
Where's
house?
your mother? Is she feeling all right?
I'm tempted to say she isn't, just to see your reaction.
Your mother didn't show up for our weekly visit. Is she ill? She is here, isn't she?
No, Gamlin. We haven't seen her all day.
Where could she be?
With her suitor, perhaps?
Suitor? Leandra never mentioned a suitor.
Well, those lilies arrived for her this morning.
Oh, shit.
White lilies? I know something about that.
Don't just leave me waiting. What is it?
There's a killer in Kirkwall who sends his victims white lilies before he takes them. He's murdered several women already.
No. You're wrong. Leandra is fine.
It doesn't hurt to be optimistic.
Maybe Leandra took another path to my house. I could have just missed her. I'm going back to Lowtown.
You should help Gamlin look for your mother. You might be able to track her more easily once night falls and the streets empty out. All right. The boy and I will stay here in case she returns. You've had luck on your travels? Everything's quiet here in the mansion, for the moment.
Well, I guess that's as good a place as I had to call the episode today. I was going to do a side quest thing, but now we got involved in yet another conspiracy, and now Mom's missing. So first thing next episode, we're going to go hunting after her. I'm still not entirely sure. I really hope I was right in letting what's-his-face go. Dupuis? Gascard Dupuis? I'm really hoping he was telling the truth and it's not actually him, but I don't know. I show my face and then he immediately comes after Mom. It's a bit suspicious unless, you know, his house was being watched, which it probably was. This is gonna be a massive headache. Anyways, until next time, my name's Ben Tocho. Remember, leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.